Happy Halloween. This is CTV News for October 31st. I'm Gina Barty.
And I'm Byron Scott. Thank you for joining us. Well, the U.S. House of Representatives approves legislation to authorize the next phase of the impeachment inquiry. The move means Democrats are on course to bring charges at some point against President Trump. The vote, mostly along party lines, came down 232 to 196. Nearly all Dems backed the resolution, but Republicans who spent weeks calling for the vote opposed it. At issue is whether Trump used his office to pressure a foreign power to investigate his political rivals here at home.
This is a sad day. It's a sad day because nobody comes to Congress to impeach a president of the United States. No one. We come here to do the work, make the future better for our children, for America's future. We take an oath to protect and defend the Constitution, and that's what we cannot ignore, and we will not ignore when the president's behavior indicates that that investigation, that inquiry is necessary.
If you look at where we are right now, we're at an important point in history. Clearly, there are people that we serve with that don't like the results of the 2016 election. That's their prerogative. But the country next year will be deciding who our president is going to be. It should not be Nancy Pelosi and a small group of people that she selects that get determined who's going to be our president.
Congressman Steny Hoyer criticized GOP opposition to the resolution, saying it's consistent with the GOP's refusal to demand the Constitution and uphold their oath of office. Well, the first sitting elected official to join the race to fill Elijah Cummings' seat has announced his bid. House Majority Whip Talmadge Branch represents East Baltimore. He tells the Baltimore Sun that he's a protege of Cummings and has the ability to bring people together. Several lawmakers say they are considering a run, including State Senator Jill Carter and Delegate Charles Sidner. The special primary set for February 4th, special election set for April 28th.
Montgomery County Police are investigating a shooting and car accident in Silver Spring. Officers responded to calls of a crash involving two cars in the 300 block of Wayne Avenue around 7 a.m. Police say when they arrived, the driver and passenger of one of the cars fled the scene, but they found a teen suffering from gunshot wounds in the back seat. The victim and the passenger in the second car were transported to a local hospital. A neighbor tells CTV News she was surprised by the incident.
I've lived in this area for many, many years, more than I want to say, and I never feel afraid.
And do you know what happened here, at the car accident?
No, that I don't know anything about it. I was very sorry to see that something obviously occurred, but I don't know anything about it.
Police are still trying to piece together what happened, and they are still looking for the two passengers who fled the scene. Well, they did it. The Nationals are world champions.
And Chris, you called it. I'm surprised.
Yeah. I've been saying it for a long time. You called it too.
Yes.
Byron, did Byron call it? I can't remember.
Think so. No,
did Byron even know who was playing? But what a night. What a night for Nationals fans. What a night for the Nationals franchise. What a night for Max Scherzer. I mean, just an outstanding evening. And we're going to show you how it went down. You ready?
Yes,
ready?
I'm ready.
Let's do it.
Indeed.
The Washington Nationals are 2019 World Series champions. After winning Game 7 last night over the Astros, let's get down to Houston to see how they got it done. Max Scherzer on the mound last night, and he was facing off against Zach Greinke. And here we go. Early on, it is Yuli Gurriel with a solo home run off of Scherzer. The Astros jump ahead 1-0. But here come the Nationals. Anthony Rendon unloads. That ball is gone. That's a solo shot. That cuts the lead in half. It's 2-1. Later in the inning, after a Juan Soto walk, Howie Kendrick, he does it again. This one out to right field off the foul pole. That's a 2-run shot. The Nationals grab the lead, and then Daniel Hudson with the strikeout. And the Nationals are world champions. They win Game 7, 6-2. And the celebration is on the field as they get the trophy, and then in the locker room as they douse that trophy with some champagne. Here's the victors.
The leadoff hitter. Get strike one. You're saying all these things that you've never said in your life. Man, what a job by our team. Unbelievable. You're a world champion. It's hard to think about that. This is what you play the game for. This is what you work for. Individual things are great, but this is why you play the game.
This one means so much to me. Obviously, started the year here rather than get traded as you saw last year. And what we built here throughout the course of a long year, the camaraderie in the clubhouse, and, a bunch of brothers on this team, it means a lot.
From where we started, some of our traveling booze, I mean, you name it, we've been through a lot. But like I said before, these guys, we stuck together, you know. They believed in each other. I believed in them. And, you know, I told them, you know, before the game, I said, hey, I want you guys to just treat this as just another game. It's game 184, which is hard to do. I said, but we made it this far. Just play one more game, you know, one more 1-0. And they did that tonight.
The championship parade will be in Washington, D.C. on Saturday. It will begin at 2 p.m. at Constitution Avenue and 15th Street Northwest, head west on Constitutional Avenue Northwest, and finish at Pennsylvania Avenue and 3rd Street Northwest for the big team rally and the Nationals World Champions.
I must admit, this was my first time ever watching the World Series, and I was really impressed and entertained. It was good.
It was an entertaining series. Nobody won a home game. Every pitch counts. The Nationals fell behind last night. They came back and won like they've done in every other series. So it was a lot of fun to watch and good for those guys.
Yeah, the whole team really just rallied together.
They did. They really did.
Thanks, Chris.
Okay.